guys, it's your girl T. I just wanted to come on camera here and do another podcast. I wanted to let you guys know that I'm doing much better. My surgery went good. I just been resting the past 2 days. It's been a long 48 hours, but I'm feeling so much better. Tomorrow's my birthday, and God is good. Happy to be able to see another year, y'all. Y'all just don't know, honey. It's been a kind of a rough year for me, but not too rough. Just having to deal with like having surgeries. But other than that, I'm still blessed. I really appreciate just all the love that I get from you guys. I want to come on here and talk about a story that's going viral. A lot of you guys have been emailing me, tweeting me, leaving comments to talk about this whole Miranda Joyce situation. And usually, y'all know me, honey. I do not talk about other YouTubers. I focus on my channel, and that's about it. I don't even watch a lot of other YouTubers' videos. But a lot of people were really concerned about this girl. And one of my subscribers even wrote me a long email, literally breaking everything down, honey, and how concerned she was for this Miranda Joyce girl. For many of y'all who don't know who Miranda Joyce is, because I had no idea who this girl is, she's a 19-year-old little girl. She's from the UK, and she does like a lot of these fashion vlogs and makeup vlogs. And people have been saying that for the past few months she's been acting very strangely. She hasn't been her same bubbly self. They even started saying that they felt like she was being held hostage and saying that her boyfriend was forcing her to make videos because people saw her hand in the video, and they claimed they could hear her saying "help me" in one of her videos. And then they also claimed that there was a mask in a video, but when I looked at the video, the only thing I saw was a teddy bear in the corner. Plus there was also a rifle. So all the tin hats of YouTube, all the tin hat wearing mofos of the internet decided that, this was this huge conspiracy, that this girl's being held against her will. She was kidnapped and being forced to make videos. So it literally went from a YouTube comment section debate to moving over to Twitter to literally going viral all over social media. Within 24 hours, there was a hashtag called Save Miranda Joyce. It was all over Instagram and Twitter. And then the mainstream media, yes, y'all, decide to get involved. And of course, once the mainstream media gets involved, they got to make it extra messy. So then they decide to report that Miranda Joyce may have been kidnapped by ISIS. So the whole situation was just insane. Miranda Joyce finally came onto Twitter and said that she was okay. She hadn't been kidnapped.
She's fine, don't worry about her.
I know, I'm trying to help with followers say she's all right now.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's been hard work. It was me behind that video. She wanted me to help her with the camera, and that's my voice, Mystery.
And then she started liking all these weird tweets of, people saying that she was kidnapped and what's up with the bruises on her arms. And so people found that strange that she was liking these tweets, and people were saying, maybe she's doing that because she secretly needs help. And then she told everybody she's going to have a meet and greet at 6:30 a.m. in Banthal Green, which is a place where she lives. And people were saying it's a really risky place. A lot of murders happen there. The news media in the UK told people to not go there because ISIS might be setting up a bunch of folks and to stay home. Well, one brave, jolly gentleman decided to carry his ass down there. He went down there and he started live streaming via Periscope. And he had so many hits on Periscope that Periscope ended up crashing, okay? So people were so invested in this story. The whole situation was just ridiculous. And now Miranda has come out with her mom. They did a live stream addressing a lot of the situations. She also did an interview with Phil DeFranco. And I do watch Sexy Phil. Me and him are cool. So she did do an interview with him, and that interview was just weird to me, watching her demeanor. She kept blinking a lot. She was doing a lot of stuff. So that interview to me was just kind of weird and strange.
So it's just me making the video and not basically just trying my hardest to make the video. But if anything, even if I don't know, because I don't see what you mean, basically, but yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Also, before we jump any further, have you seen all the people posting things like, if something's wrong, do the heart thing? If something is, yeah. So is that just Photoshop jobs or just people just writing that stuff because they know that those are your normal tendencies?
I don't know. I don't know why they started writing that stuff, but I think it's because they cared, and I think it's just them showing that they cared. And thank you so much for like the meme thing with the eyes and stuff. I thought that was really funny.
The what?
That everyone's doing that. It's like a meme.
But the whole thing just didn't sit well with me. And a lot of folks want to know my opinion about this situation. Want to know what I thought about this. And, you know, some of y'all might get offended, honey, but y'all know me. I got to keep it 100. I don't give a fuck about y'all's feelings, honey. I got to keep it real. First and foremost, one thing I would say about YouTube is that YouTube can be a hell of a drug, especially when you're young. You know what I mean? For me, I think I'm able to handle the YouTube thing without getting an ego, without feeling myself, because I'm a grown woman. But I think if I was 19 years old and I had a huge fan base and people literally from all over the world, you know, showing so much concern and empathy for me, it would definitely get to my head. And I think for this situation, it shows you how fickle the internet is, okay? So 2 days ago, all y'all was riding around here crying, talking about save Marina Joyce, TT, you got to do a video. And then now today, there's a hashtag called boycott Marina Joyce. And folks are going in on her. And folks are accusing her, you know, saying this is a big hoax. She's an attention whore. How dare she do this? And to me, I blame two people in this, okay? Not just Marina Joyce, but you all, her fans. I blame y'all first and foremost just for the fact that the girl came out and said she was okay, but y'all refused to take off y'all's tin hats and y'all conspiracy theories, and y'all let this shit snowball out of control, okay? What bothers me with this situation is that I feel like, yes, Maria Joyce is definitely loving this situation. Her video of her with the so-called bruises and the finger in the camera and all that has 16 million hits. So Miranda Joyce and her mother are raking in the dough. On top of that, her YouTube channel went from 600,000 subscribers to over 1 million in 48 hours. Her Twitter page jumped to over a few 100,000 followers. Her Facebook likes jumped up. So a lot of people got so invested in the story that it helped create this huge buzz for her. And she's happy about it. She's like, you know, all this drama, I'm getting more subscribers, more views. I definitely feel like Miranda Joyce is definitely loving the attention that this got her. And granted, she didn't start it, but I also have to blame her because she didn't put it into it to me quick enough, okay? At the end of the day, her fans have been accusing her of changing for months now. She's been hearing these accusations for months and she never went into detail. She never addressed it. It wasn't until it blew up and it went into the worldwide press that her and her mother decided to address the situation. And then on top of that, I felt like Morena was egging it on by liking those tweets. She was also egging it on when she told folks to meet her at 6:30 in the morning for a meet and greet. And I feel like she was doing that for more publicity. And then when she started to get backlash, she just decided to shift all the blame onto her loyal fans. You know, and I've never watched this girl. I don't know this girl from a can of paint. But from watching her and watching her interview with Phil DeFranco and watching how much she was blinking and, you know, the words that she was saying just didn't make any sense. The interview was just so confusing. I definitely feel like she either has some type of mental illness or that she's definitely on drugs. But there's definitely something there. You know, there's something going on with her. She's definitely not all there. And I feel like at the end of the day, it is not the internet's place to involve themselves with that girl's health. It is her family. She's not 25 years old. She's 19, meaning that she's still a teenager. Her mom needs to step up and get her the proper treatment that she needs. Either, you know, drug rehab, take her to the doctor, get her some medication. But there's something definitely wrong with her. And then for her to try and avoid those questions and just blame her fans, you know, I don't agree with that. Like I said, I feel like her fans are definitely to blame, but so is Miranda Joyce. You know, she's loving the attention. Her and her mom are both loving the attention, and they're raking in the dough. You know, they're making good money off of that video. They're making good money off of these new subscribers and these new views and everything else. And I just think at some point in time, when is enough? You know, when are you going to take your mental health seriously? If you feel like your daughter might be on drugs or going through some things, when are you going to say, you know what, daughter, we need to step away from the internet. We need to step away from making YouTube videos. We done made more money in a day than we'll make in a year. You know what I'm saying? 16 million hits. Y'all do the math. Okay, so now let's go ahead, step away, and let's go get you the help that you need. Because I feel like there's something seriously going on with this girl. But what I don't want to happen is that now she's receiving backlash and folks are talking about boycott Miranda Joyce. I don't want it to be a situation where this girl literally has the entire world's eyes on her, and now people come to attack her or, hurt her or do something to her because they feel like she fooled people, even though it wasn't her fault, even though her fans allowed this to get out of control. Another thing that just bothers me with this situation is also how crazy this world is. The things that get attention to, when everybody was focused on Miranda Joyce and she was at home, in her bed sleeping well at night. I wonder what was taking place around the world. I wonder who was really being tortured, who was really being beheaded by ISIS. I wonder what was really going on in the world while the whole world was focused on this one little girl in the UK. And that's what bothers me, is that a story can just start in a comment section of a YouTube video and all of a sudden become worldwide news. This situation took over the worldwide press from the UK to the Americas, okay? And then to find out that it's nothing more than, a hoax, or, nothing really happened. The girl is fine. The girl is safe. Thank goodness she's safe. Thank goodness nothing happened to her. But this is why people need to be smart and stop with these conspiracy theories. Y'all are talking about there was a mask in the corner, but when I watch the video, the only thing I see in the corner is a teddy bear. It's like, what mask? Like, I mean, it has the world gone insane? Sometimes I just want to pull my hair out because I'm just like, where's the common sense? Y'all done started this whole conspiracy. Y'all done started this whole thing about this girl possibly getting kidnapped. And this is just a figment of a lot of y'all's imagination. There was nothing wrong with this girl. Yeah, she might be mentally ill. Yeah, she might be on drugs, but she wasn't kidnapped. She's not being held against her will. And then even when her and her mama said that there was nothing wrong and she wasn't being kidnapped, a lot of y'all still called bullshit. It's like, what the hell? I think a lot of y'all are just way too wrapped up in some of these YouTubers' lives. It makes no sense whatsoever. Enjoy YouTube, enjoy the content that we make, but just realize at the end of the day, all of us YouTubers are just regular people, just like you. There's nothing different. We go through our own problems, our own issues, and her mental health, her possible drug abuse is nobody's business. That's her intimate family's business. And I think some of y'all want to get too involved in YouTubers' lives as if y'all know us personally. And I go through that here. A lot of y'all are going through stuff in y'all's personal life, and y'all don't want the whole world in your business. And I'm the same way, So that's why I feel like Miranda Joyce don't owe YouTube or the world an explanation for her mental illness, if she has a mental illness. And I just feel like too many people are just wrapped up in other people's lives. A lot of y'all have serious issues going on in y'all's lives. A lot of y'all are going through things at home with your parents, with your significant other. Y'all don't focus on those issues, but y'all would sit here and take a whole day to go look for a girl, to hashtag save Miranda Joyce all day, every day, and the girl wasn't even kidnapped. The girl's at home sleeping well, getting money, while y'all stressing over her, and she's telling y'all that ain't nothing wrong with her. But like I said, I also blame her because she let this shit get out of control, and she was cool with it getting out of control because she knew at the end of the day, she's getting money, she's getting subscribers, and her shit's blowing up. And I'm not mad, boo. Get your money. I know how the game works. Get your money. But, at the end of the day, you got to realize, is it worth it? Is it worth it at the end of the day for you to, have to deal with all these people? Because with the good also comes the bad. So yeah, you done blew up in 48 hours. You done got over 1 million subscribers. Your video got 16 million hits. But like I said, with the good comes the bad. And that's what you need to be on the lookout for. And there's a thing called integrity. And all money is not good money. And she may find out sooner than later that, all this unneeded attention may come back to blow up in her face. And that's what I don't want to happen to her. But I think that a lot of people on the internet also need to fall back. Y'all take things way too seriously. Y'all come up with too many conspiracies. And then y'all stay focused on other people's lives that you don't personally know, as opposed to focusing on your life and trying to do something better in your life and trying to better those around you. So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping, honey. Let me know what y'all think about this whole Miranda Joyce situation. Are you still team Save Miranda Joyce, or did you cross over to team Boycott Miranda Joyce? And how do you feel about everything that went down? Do you agree with me that Miranda Joyce is to be blamed for this, as well as her fans, that it's a two-way street and they both had a hand in the situation blown up in the way that it did? And then how do you feel about people being so invested in this story? Do you feel like this story was just a major distraction? How do you feel about the mainstream media getting involved and then trying to say that she was kidnapped by ISIS, as opposed to them really doing their research? So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping, honey. I cannot wait one more day to my birthday. I'm about to turn up. How y'all doing? Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces. Hey, you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.